Well, good morning, everybody. It's Casey Gilly. I know I haven't put much up in a while. To be honest, I'm in this weird spot. The last time I gave you guys an update, I went to bragging about how nice the weather was, and that is the worst thing you can do, because immediately it just came right back, the heat, and the bugs came on stronger. So my plants, a lot of my tomatoes and stuff are coming on out and looking nice, but the bugs are matching. You know, over there by the shed where I work, you can see all of that stuff over there. It's just chewed up. The dadgum bugs won't give me a break. I'm dealing with cucumber beetles and tomato hornworms. And now that this greenhouse is in this shape, those tomato hornworms have gotten in here too, along with some grasshoppers, and they're doing their number. So let me show you what we've got, and I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. So walking around looking at it, you can see this thing's just about had it. All the tarp is gone. Got tomatoes growing out here, and look close at the tomatoes. I killed, I guarantee you, 20 hornworms already off of these plants. But you can see they've been going to town on me. I'm liable to find more just showing y'all this video this morning. But I've been paying attention the last couple of days, trying to knock them back down. You can see look at that. Man, they are enjoying themselves, but not for long, because this video that I'm making today isn't really a garden update, because I don't have a whole lot. There's a few tomatoes down there, and some of my peppers are doing okay, but this tarp is coming off of here, and I'm taking these sideboards that are holding it off, and anything else that's in the way. I'm gonna try to leave what's on the back here, and I'll have to replace what's on the front. But my plan is to go ahead and get prepared. Now, I'm scared to death what I'm fixing to do is gonna make it too hot in there. And so that's the one thing I'm gonna have to monitor, because it's still hot in summertime here. We're really close to the break of the season. But you know, it's to a place at this moment where I need to get with it, because real life keeps happening. It is the same month. I've got like 2 or 3 birthday parties for grandbabies. My anniversary's coming up. You know, I got a lot of stuff going on. Real life just keeps kicking my butt. Even on the job during the day, it's like I get one thing fixed and something else breaks on me. So it's really been coming down on me pretty hard here lately. And I need to take the time, though, while I've got it, and see if I can't fix this. Now, I'll show you what I brought with me. So here's kind of my plan, guys. I'm gonna take that stuff off using these goodies. But what I think I'm gonna do, since we got winter time coming on, is I think this is actually, I'm not gonna put it up today because I need help, all right? I told you I made that mistake last time. I'm not doing it again. But I'm gonna take this frost cloth first with some help. I'm thinking maybe 2 or 3 more guys, if I can get them all helping me. And we're gonna run this frost cloth all the way down and over and put it on first, okay? After this frost cloth, then I'm gonna put, and if I need, I've got some extra here too, see? Just in case. But then here is the other half of that tarp. It's the same. This, I will say, this tarp that I used, I can't remember. I ordered it off of Amazon from like Farmhouse or Greenhouse or something like that. I can't remember what it was called. It is, I'll look it up. Maybe I can put it in this video so you guys will know. Now, maybe if it's tightened down perfect, it'll be okay. But I just think this quality of tarp, it's supposed to be 6 mil, but it's pretty dang puny. And this cloth run through there, you know, they stripe back and forth through there to give it a little more reinforcement and strength. I think it sucks. I just think it's pitiful tarp. The one I have at the house is not nearly as puny as this, and it's a $200 greenhouse. But I mean, that tarp's made to fit all nice, and you know, that kind of deal. Anywho, so the plan is strip everything off today, get everything ready, and then I'm going to come back with some help, and I'm going to put this guy and that guy over the top of this thing and see if I cannot secure it in a much better fashion and do a better job of it so that the dang thing will last at least a little bit longer than this, because this wasn't worth it. So I'm gonna take advantage of the coolness of the morning anyway and get this stuff knocked out, and I'll show you when I'm done what it looks like all stripped down before we go back. So I've got a little bit of stuff done. Before I could even start, I had tomatoes growing outside of the greenhouse. So I got my honey in there and I did some pruning and tied a bunch of them up. Looks like I got a couple of strays in there, but I've got it back to where it's manageable. I walked along the sides and I took a couple of my braces out, and where I had my little eyes screwed into the side so I could throw straps or rope over. I've taken that and the rope off. And so now I'm ready to pull off all the boards that are holding on the remaining tarp. And I'm gonna show you how I numbered things and give you an idea of what I'm gonna do. So you can see, like, right here's my number 1 board. I made little marks where I'm gonna clean this up this time. I'm gonna cut that edge off so it's not sticking out. Right? And right here, you can see there's another one where the 2 greenhouses meet down there in the middle, and then there's another spot like that on the very end. I'm gonna notch that piece out. I'm gonna cut it out. That way I can run a board long ways down and stick it there. And that'll allow me to not have this rolled up crap. I'll just leave the bottom of it flapping around until it gets cold. And when it's time for me to seal it up, then I'll put the board here, one in the middle, and one at the very end that'll hold that bottom section covered, and I could just throw some mulch or something along the bottom to kind of hold it, and I think that'll be sufficient. And I'll still have my long boards all the way down holding the main thing on the top up pretty good. But what I've done is I've went through and I've numbered for myself, that way I'll know 1, 2, that one's coming off, 3 and 4. Okay, so I'm gonna get those guys off. Same idea over here to remind myself which way I'm going here. This is number 1 north, 2, and 3, 4, and 5. And it's like that on each side. The other side's the same deal, except for, here, let me go around here. I went ahead and cut this for right now. Let me see here. Alright, see, I started with number 1 on this end on this guy, but same thing happening here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down. And what I'm gonna do first this time, I should have done it last time, but you live, you learn, and I'm not gonna waste as much time screwing up this time. But I'm gonna wrap the ends first. I'll get both ends wrapped. I may just leave this old stuff. It's not hurting anything. It's just another little barrier. Get that old cruddy stuff in there. It's falling all to pieces anyways. It'll come loose on its own. But I'll get some fresh stuff and I'll wrap those ends first before I go to put the tarp over this way. And I'm going to have help this time. So this is kind of where I'm at. I'm going to take the rest of this loose. Let me show you. I'll go ahead and show you my greenhouse on the inside where I've cleaned it up a little bit. Alright, so I got a couple of Ananas Noir down there, and I've taken 2 home. My pink Berkeley tie-dyes had started again. They're so dang pretty and they taste so good, juicy. They're a very juicy tomato. Problem is, it's on this old bush here, and this old bush, you can see there's one, I left it to grow. They'll start back, but these guys were so big and bushy and fell down, filled out, I couldn't find anything. And I had to take a lot of flowers and even threw away a couple of tomatoes, little ones, starting. But hopefully now I can maintain it again and I can get this top on this guy so that I can see what's happening. You know, it was getting unmanageable again. I didn't want to, but it is what it is. And just trying to get back there, these dadgum Carmen peppers are making so much. I tore off a limb or 2, but I'm okay. Them old sweet peppers are good, even green. we'll munch out on those guys. And I've got some crimson clover growing in there in the meantime. When the cabbage is big enough that the dadgum bugs won't eat me up, then I'll bring it out here and line these rows with that. And I'll just pull up this clover as needed in the little areas where the cabbage is going to be. But that's kind of where I'm at with the greenhouse right now. Now, when I get done in a minute here, I got to take these boards off and get the rest of this tarp down. I will show you what's going on over there next to my shop, where I had the watermelons and stuff growing over there. And I'll show you what's left over there. It's kind of puny right now, but that's all right. And I'll show you inside the shop under the table. I've got a little bit of brassicas and some onions going. And I think Monday I'm gonna pull up the little tater plant, and if there's anything in it, I'll show you, but I don't care if there is or not. It was just an experiment. I wanted to see if it would grow under that grow light all right, and it did good. But I need the real estate so I can start more onions. I need to get some more 10-15s going, so I'll show you all that when I get down here. So hang on just a minute. Got it off. We're gonna go take a look over at the shop. Don't judge too harshly. Like I say, these dadgum beetle eaters here, little beetles, cucumber beetles, they're eating me up. Every time I think I'm gonna get somewhere, they start tearing it up. So I've got a little bit of zucchini there. You look at the shape of it though. You see how cruddy it looks? It's these dadgum little beetles. Look at them. See how many there are? They're eating me up between them, dirty dogs, and the grasshoppers. I cannot win. I can put some diatomaceous earth, but truth is it just doesn't do much. And I don't want to use anything harsher. I'm waiting on a seasonal change is what I'm waiting on. These look terrible, but we'll see if they do anything or not. I don't care. They're not hurting anything during this time, because right now is just a cruddy time where it's playing games. Here's the leftovers of all the watermelon and squash and everything. Okay, in here I planted one bean in the middle, and I planted several around the outside edge. Only one has come up in the middle, so don't get me to line. I also planted green beans all the way down here, and the one that I saw yesterday is already eaten. The bugs, as soon as they come up, this is what I end up with. There's 2 seeds in each hole here, and that's what happens every time. So it's not even worth fighting with right now. I've got a little bit of okra. I took a load home yesterday. Had to grab a couple of these guys before I leave. Same here. And you see the dadgum little beetles. That yellow and black spotted guy. I don't know if I can get close enough there. It just fuzzes out, doesn't it? Oh well. Look like a ladybug, yellow with black spots on it. But I got a little bit of okra growing and coming. This guy, since I got that big old tomato hornworm, it's a bell pepper. It's trying to come back. It may not. This one's okay. This one looks pretty rough, and to be honest, I'm about tired of watering them. I've got my fill of okra, so I'm not sweating it right now. But that's the kind of pathetic shape I'm in out here on this. I cannot really grow anything without being attacked. Everything's getting eaten by the bugs, and so I'm kind of waiting on my fall season. Now, I wanted to show you, I trimmed up my fig tree, and as you can see, I'm actually going to get some figs this year. I don't know if they'll make in time. I don't know when they're supposed to be done, but I mean, it's fruited and put out, so I'm really excited about that. I've never tasted a fig, not one time in my life, so it'll be my first time. All right, let us go look in there. So here's a couple of my bigger brassicas that got a little bit of head there, a little broccoli and some red cabbage. Now over here, that is spinach, and over here is my first little patch of onions. But I'm gonna use where that potato is right now. I'm taking it out, and I'm gonna use that entire thing and do all onions, 10-15s, because they were a great investment. I still have not run out of onions from last year. And that, I mean, that's a big deal. When you can eat off of one crop all year long, not have to go to the store and buy it, that counts, okay? So, I got a couple of little goodies growing up in here. They're getting big enough, won't be long. I'll have to put them down here out of the way. They're gonna get up into my light. All right, and I just started another little batch right here of them. So, like I say, it's just, you know, you see this stuff on here, but I'm telling you, it's broccoli and cauliflower and Brussels sprouts, and it's written on there somewhere or another. But that's what I got. It's coming. And so, there's hope for the future. It's just kind of bare. I don't have anything ready yet. All this brassica stuff I'm starting it here. And so as it builds out here, some of it will get shipped home and some of it I'll put out here, but a little at a time. And I'm really wanting a lot more onions at my house. That way it'll just be easier to deal with at home. The broccoli and stuff will probably grow better out here with this water, because I have to use the city water in town and it's awful. But out here I've got well water and it's pretty good. So we'll see what the future holds, guys. I'll give y'all an update when I can. We'll see y'all next time.